Vergüenza, plapa frita, tú eres un mierda de persona. Te vas a arrepentir toda tu vida de esto. Disfruta, disfrútalo, disfruta. Me ha reventado por dentro. Me ha reventado por dentro.
Tranquilo, Montoya, por
Yo no he
favor.
hecho nada, coño. Solamente sentí. ¿Quiere dormir, te ha dicho?
Si no estuvieras aquí no se lo haría.
¿Puedo ver esto, Sandra? ¡Cabrona!
Por favor, Montoya, por
¡No
favor.
puedo!
Por favor, Montoya.
¡Cabrón!
¡Montoya! ¡Montoya!
¡No te amo!
¡Montoya, vuelve!
Te estoy deseando, tío.
¿Dónde estás?
¡Montoya, por favor!
¡No te amo! ¡Ah!
¡Montoya! ¡Montoya!
¡Me han destrozado! ¡Me han destrozado! ¿Dónde estás?
Dios.
¡Ah! ¡Me ha reventado por dentro! ¡Me han destrozado!
Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, I'm gonna show you why I believe the bottom is in, and yesterday was the final capitulation that we needed in this market to go back to the upside. So here I'm already on Bitcoin on a daily chart with the 365 simple moving average here in blue, as you can see. And for the first time, Bitcoin broke below this again since March 2022. After that breakdown in 2022, we went down in 3 stages. We had the first drop, then we had some consolidation, the second drop consolidation, then the third drop consolidation, and from that consolidation we formed the bottom and went back to the upside, where we broke above this in March 2023. Now, last year, we also broke in November again below the 365 moving average, which should have been a big warning sign for us. Now we had afterwards formed the first drop to the downside, the second drop, and now we are also again in the final stage here, in the third one, where we should start to consolidate. Why do I believe that we are right now in the third one? Really simple, because the RSI every single time when we came into such a region, also here in 2022, was never that low historically. I said this already yesterday, that the RSI is at a historical level in over a decade. We only were 4 times that low on the RSI. And every single time it marked the bottom when we went into these lower levels. And here, as you can see right now, the bottom was potentially $59,876. But this is not all. There's so much confluence out there right now pointing to the fact that this was potentially the last and biggest capitulation that we are seeing in 2026. During the FTX crash, we saw $19 billion getting liquidated, and that caused a 27.77% drop in Bitcoin's price within only 4 days. This year, we saw over $16 billion plus dollars liquidated in the market, basically as bad as the FTX crash without actually having an FTX crash, and we went even lower. So we went 33% down here, almost 34% down. This is a capitulation event where markets start to recover. Every single time when Bitcoin has a 25 to 35% drop, we saw afterwards really sharp recoveries and another continuation to the upside. So, and also from a structural perspective, we should go back up here over the next coming weeks. I'm not saying tomorrow, that's really important, guys. I'm not saying tomorrow, but in the coming weeks, we should definitely see here a turnaround. Then also, we spoke about the correlation between Nvidia, Google, and Bitcoin, and that formed the same pattern here with the higher highs along that upward sloping trend resistance, and then here the equal lows along that horizontal resistance, and that bear trap scenario where we came down, wicked here into that strong support zone and that past support from where that move originally came from here to the upside, and then got continuation. The same happened to Google, same pattern. Again, upward sloping resistance, all-time high, new all-time high, bear trap, continuation again into former support from where the original move originated. Now when we look at Bitcoin, we see the same thing. That upwards move originated from here, from the blue area, went into an all-time high, here another all-time high along that upward sloping resistance. What did we do now? We came into the level from where we originated and finalized the bear trap scenario. So what you want to see here right now on the weekly chart is over the next basically 3 days is that Bitcoin is able to reclaim at least $66,586, which is not that much. It's like a $1,700 move, which means like a 3% move for Bitcoin over the next 3 days, which is absolutely not insane. And I could imagine to see something happening like that even on a Sunday, because you should also not forget that we are potentially putting in a new CME gap over the weekend, depending on where Bitcoin is closing today. Otherwise, I still stand with what I said the other week, that I said even if that week, this week here, would be in red, next week will be the week that we need Bitcoin to move here substantially back to the upside. Nothing has changed about this scenario. And we're then moving on also here to our 13-month winter cycle for Bitcoin. We are exactly where we should be. Just look here, just before we finished the cycle the last time. Let me actually zoom in here a little bit. Look at this. What did we saw just before that? A sharp drop to the downside before we started to consolidate and form that final bottom. So what do we see here right now? Sharp drop around the same length away like in the last time. So when I go here over again, look at this distance. The distance is almost identical. The last time when the winter ended and this time when the winter ended, with that capitulation move from where we started to go sideways into accumulation. There is so much data right now pointing to that fact that this might have been the bottom. And I'm willing to like lean that far out of the window and really call it and say, this was the bottom, guys. This was the bottom. We are not going lower than that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I can live with that. You know, I'm not always right. Nobody is always right. But I'm leaning out of the window and saying, this was the bottom. And I will put my money where my mouth is. I'm going later to the exchange platforms and gonna open massive long positions. But I will still DCA into them. I will not like go all in right now, but I'm gonna put a substantial amount already down to start longing from here. Also on the weekly chart, so much confluence that we are seeing right now. We have hit here prior strong 2021 cycle resistance. That is from where we bounced, so that turned now into support, and now we need to reclaim the 2021 all-time high that is also acting technically as support. The support is for now broken but not confirmed. It is confirmed if we close this weekly candle below the 2021 all-time high. Then it would be confirmed that it's still acting as resistance. For now it's not confirmed. So if we get a reclaim and move here back above here $69,000 before this weekly candle closes, then this is still confirmed support, and we're gonna get from there our continuation move here into higher levels. The bump and run pattern here on the shorter time frames on the 12-hourly is definitely still in play. So this might have been the capitulation candle that we were waiting for to mark the bottom for that bump and run, from where we now start trending back to the upside with the bar with the fractal that I have laid out here. So here, just a little bit more patience. If you want to take advantage of that move and you're not building a massive multi-month swing position, then I would wait potentially here another 4 to 5 days. 4 to 5 days before I would consider opening a position here. But if you build this like a generational multi-month swing position, this is the level from where you want to start getting into this. So, but why? Because we have only yesterday wiped out $2.6 billion worth of longs. So there's now more shorts in the market than longs. And what's gonna happen every single time when something like this happens, once it gets wiped out, then we reverse the whole thing and the other side gets wiped out. So now there's no longs anymore. So we need to go to the upside, because even here on the Bitcoin liquidation heat map on the weekly chart, down here, there's nothing anymore. They took everything. They took everything. So, and we got already a V-shaped recovery. So there was already a short squeeze happening down here at $60,000, which I predicted. And that is gonna happen if we touch $60,000. So, and now the next level, as you can see just above us, to $66,700, until there is nothing. And then the next short squeeze will come from $68,000, basically $69,000. Then here's $69,700, and that short squeeze will get us to $72,800 approximately. And then we're gonna reassess the situation, how things are looking from there. But I think around $74,000, we're gonna start consolidate, go sideways a little bit, and then we're gonna get the next move to the upside. So if you want to take any of these positions that I just mentioned, then go here to weeks, guys. This is still the exchange where I open massive Bitcoin long positions. Also, just after that video, I'm gonna send some money over there to open, like I said, a new position. If you don't have a weeks account just yet, then sign up here with the link below my video in the description or pinned comment below. Otherwise, you can also use Bybit. There you will get access to my free signals channel. You can join here with that link. You need to go through a verification process. The bot will ask you if you're on weeks on Bybit. You enter your email address and your UID, and then you will get access here to our signals that are highly profitable, even in these crazy times, guys. If you have already a Weeks or Bybit account with somebody else, that's fine. You have multiple options here where you can sign up with one of these links to get access to that group. It's really easy. You, if you get here this message, you just sign up with one of these exchanges. You wait 5 to 10 minutes. And then you start the whole process over again. Just follow these steps and then you will get granted access into the channel. So now on the 4-hourly chart, also here, you're gonna see now why I'm so confident that more short squeezes will be happening here over the next coming days and weeks, because we left so much liquidity on the table in these order blocks that will get tapped here in these imbalances that we see in these candles. So you see here all the way up to $80,000 basically. The next one will be from $65,800 to $67,000 basically. Afterwards, $68,500 to $69,800 approximately, and then $71,400 to $71,850, and so on and so on and so on and so on. So much liquidity stacked to the upside, but nothing below us anymore. And also here, such a big wick is usually a big tell that we have hit massive support from where we're gonna find the strength to continue to go back into higher levels. And on the fear and greed index, also lost another point. We are at 10. Ethereum is at levels that we have not seen. I don't know when we have seen these levels last time. I think last year in January was the last time that we saw Ethereum that cheap. So also here, a generational opportunity for Ethereum and Solana right now. Also many other coins, Sui, Chainlink, they're all dirt cheap right now, hyper liquid. Gobble up as much as you can, because I think we are not gonna stay here for a long time. Let's come back here like in a month. Let's see how things are turned out. But I think we will be much higher than where we are right now. And that's it already for today's, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to smash off the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'm gonna see you again tomorrow.